What do you see as the future of the teacher in the classroom? Obviously, having these learning positioning systems and stuff are going to change what it looks like in the classroom. So what do you see as the future of the role of a teacher?
So I think the role of a teacher becomes much more of what it always should have been, which is really focusing on helping teaching and creating learning experiences for students. So much of teacher time is spent either dealing with administrative stuff or teaching, but not in super effective ways, right? Lecturing, which is actually one of the least effective things that we could do. And I think that's because the sort of technology supports haven't been there to really change those models. I think that's very exciting. I think teachers will, there will definitely be teachers that aren't up for that, and they will, time to start looking for other things to do. But I think the teachers who really are in it for the right reasons and are really excited about how to spend, teachers go into this profession largely because they want to help students, they want to teach, they want to have that moment, and so this makes that time that teachers spend with students at any level much, much more effective. So that's pretty exciting for me.
So with the personalized learning and again kind of computer-based instruction, do you see any trade-offs, any sacrifices that we'd have to give up in education in order to implement some of these new ideas?
Trade-offs like what? What are you thinking?
Just things that maybe negatives that we need to be aware of, and that obviously there's probably there's advantages to this kind of teaching, more effective. But is there anything that we have to be willing to give up to implement these kinds of models?
Yeah, so I don't know if there's things that we have to give up. I think there are definitely things that we need to be thoughtful about. So thinking about student data, you need to have lots of, you need to know about your students to be able to make these sorts of differentiations. How long do we want that data to persist? A student who didn't perform well 3 years ago, is there a point where that needs to be erased and time to move on? Is it right? So that's a question I think that's really, really important. Also, there are questions around how do we create the right types of tools to really be effective, particularly around assessment. I think we do a really bad job of assessment in general. We need much, much better assessments, much faster assessments, much quicker data coming back, much more attention on formative assessment than on summative assessment. And so those are some of the sort of issues that I think pop up when we try to transition to these models. We also need to be rethinking how we're preparing teachers. Teacher prep is a area that in general, even before we talk about personalizing learning, needs a lot of help. We're really not very innovative in that space. It largely looks the same as it has 20, 30, probably 100 years ago. That's not acceptable. And so especially when we think about what does personalized learning look like. And if you're in a place where you're having a teacher, if you're in a teacher prep program and the teachers that are teaching you haven't been in the classroom for the last 5 years, it's not very useful information that you're getting. And I know that's hard, and that's hard to think about, but those are some of the thorny issues that we're going to have to grapple with as we try to figure this out.